Hello, all of my friends in Just Rhonda YouTube Land. Um, I think we kind of have a late start going here tonight. Um, Jack did say he was coming. I don't know if he realizes he has the link or not, but he has the link, and I honestly didn't ever get a firm commitment from um, Nosey, and that's my fault. Um, I Kay's had a lot going on, and so I don't know if she was going to be able to join us tonight or not for sure, but she may pop in. However, I am going. Alice, I was going to send you the link, but if I send you the link, then it's it's just then there's nobody in chat. I'm sending the link to come in and join us. So if you'd like to, because I know you don't have an opinion or anything about it, but I'm going to send you the link anyway. And then what we're going to do is, I don't know how many people got very much sleep last night, because besides the fact that we were just trying to process everything that we had heard, we also got, there was another little tweet that was, oh, okay, you can absolutely come in. It's just the three of us right now. So grab the link and come on in. You're always able to come in. Are you kidding me? Nosey, I didn't really ask Nosey. I just volunteered her. So, I don't know if she'll be coming or not for sure. And Jack probably has just lost track of time. Anyway, hey, Jack, you got plenty of sleep. Oh, I'm so glad to know that. And then read everything today while everyone else did the hard work. Yeah, I tell you, it's been crazy over in Foul Play. Just reading all of the crazy, hey, Becca, all of the crazy, no, they're not crazy. They're all very valid theories and ideas, and what could have happened, what could possibly be. So, um, uh, I don't know that we'll ever finish the work, the hard work or otherwise. Besides Jack, I know, or Ripper, I know that you're always working anyway. So don't try to fool us. We're not that naive. Um, Colette, welcome. Thank you for coming. So we're going to, instead of reading the whole entire, oh, there's Nosey. Hi, Nosey. I was just saying, I don't know if Nosey's coming because I didn't really invite her. I just told her. There you are. So welcome.
Sorry, I my phone slid down my couch cushions.
No, don't be sorry. No, like I said, I didn't know if I didn't know if you had other stuff going on or not. So, because I didn't really ask, I just said, hey, I just put you on the thumbnail without asking.
I made it.
Yay. So instead of reading the entire motion, that Susan did such a great job at yesterday, she's our professional reader, she's going to read just the affidavit to us.
Cool.
And I think that'll be sufficient, since that's really where the meat and the bones are, right? So
yeah.
Do you have, well, I'm going to go ahead and put it on anyway. And you can either read it from that if you'd like, or you can read it from your own if you'd like to, whichever you prefer.
Okay, yeah.
So this is Susan. Like I said, she's going to read read just the affidavit part of the motion from yesterday. Take it away, Susan.
Hold on, I gotta get to the page here.
Okay. I also didn't ask Susan if she would do that until just about a few minutes ago.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the affidavit. Number 1, I am of legal majority and can truthfully and competently testify to the matters contained herein based upon my personal knowledge. The factual statements herein are true and correct to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief. I am of sound mind and I am not taking any medication, nor have I ingested any alcohol that would impair my memory of the facts stated in this affidavit. I resided in Manitowoc, Wisconsin for over 20 years. In 2005, I was employed as a motor route driver at Gannett Newspapers, Inc., and delivered papers in and around the Avery salvage yard. While delivering papers, I drove my personal car, which was a tannish gold four-door sedan. I cannot recall the make and model of the car at this time. Number 4. On Saturday, November 5th, 2005, I was delivering papers on the Avery salvage yard in the early morning hours before sunrise. I drove down Highway 147, turned left onto Avery Road. Soon after I turned onto Avery Road, I witnessed an individual who I later realized was Bobby Dassey and another unidentified older male pushing a dark blue RAV4 down Avery Road on the right side towards the junkyard. Bobby Dassey was shirtless, even though it was early November. The second man appeared to be in his 50s or early 60s, had a long gray beard, was wearing a worn, puffy jacket, had a larger frame, and was around 6 feet in height. The RAV4 did not have its lights on. Attached and incorporated herein as Exhibit A are photographs marked where I saw the RAV4. Number 5. I drove down Avery Road towards the mailboxes, left the Herald Times in the mailbox, and turned back around. I felt very afraid as I approached the two individuals because Bobby Dassey attempted to step in front of my car, blocking my exit. I was within 5 feet of Bobby Dassey and my headlights were on the entire time. The older man ducked down behind the open passenger door. I swerved to the right and drove in the shallow ditch to avoid hitting Bobby Dassey. I called out, "Paper boy, gotta go," because I was afraid for my safety. Bobby Dassey looked me in the eye, and I could tell with the look in his eyes that he was not happy to see me there. I knew that Bobby Dassey and the older individual were doing something creepy. Number 6. After I learned that Teresa Halbach's car was found on November 5th, 2005, I contacted the Manitowoc Sheriff's Office and spoke to a female officer. I reported everything I have stated in this affidavit to the officer. The officer said, "We already know who did it." I provided my phone number, and they said they would contact me soon. I never heard back from the police. Number 7. After watching season 1 of Making a Murderer, I contacted Avery's trial attorneys to inform them of what I saw. I never heard back. Number 8. Nothing has been promised or given to me in exchange for this affidavit. Further affiant saith not. Thomas Sawinski.
Thomas Sawinski.
The 10th day of April, which is interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it?
Because Kathleen said he came forward on the 11th. So.
Yeah, well,
there's always weird little things.
Yeah, weird little thing. And you know what? Nobody but us picks up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, us mammers.
The guilters picked it up on Reddit, though. They're talking about it and using it to their advantage.
Oh, the guilters?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. Well, we don't care about what they think anyway. We just laugh at them.
Yep.
So, we all have a ton of questions, and as I mentioned in chat, and as I mentioned, I think in my thumbnail, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this live, but I wanted to have Susan, Nosey, Jack, you guys have been doing this for a long time. Well, you've certainly been able to research far more than I have. And I wanted to do it, but I also didn't want me being the one, running this. So I really am going to kind of turn it over to the rest of the panel, including Cherie and Alice, because Alice, I know you also have a great deal of research and knowledge in it. And by the way, if Jack does show, Jack 61, there's room for him, so he can come in. Oh, who left? Why'd you leave, Cherie? You goofball. Um, at any rate, there's room for all 6 of us. So come back, Cherie, because there's room. But I don't even know where to start. Uh, I'm going to just put Ripper's question up here. He says, that's good because I have a ton of questions regarding Bobby, AC, and Ryan. And so do we. So I don't know if you guys want to start firing off questions in the chat or comments or, whatever. Hey, Sean, welcome.
I was looking last night. I was re-looking at the aerial shots, not from the county or anything, but just like from researchers and Reddit posts and stuff. And I was looking at all the diagrams of like, where this witness said he saw Bobby, the direction the RAV would have had to have been going. Then I was trying to think about where Siebert's house is compared to where this witness said he saw Bobby. The RAV wasn't on. I mean, I think obviously Bobby might have had the key in the ignition, or not Bobby, but whoever had the key in ignition. It was in neutral. We know the battery was replaced, but we know Siebert saw lights. I believe J-Jax told me that was 2 different times a day, though. I don't know the time frames on that. So that's just kind of where I started diving into. I would have thought the RAV would have been brought from over off Cuss Road, but I guess not. I have so many questions.
Siebert's is kind of, a long way from where they were seen on Avery Road.
A long way.
Yeah.
So
it's at the opposite end, actually. It's like the very opposite end.
Exactly.
I will show you my very crude little Cherie knows this about me. She knows because she's a closet mapper too. Only I just did this one on my own as quickly as I could today. But this is my crude little map of what I created. Now, keep in mind, guys, I know next to nothing about this. So this is a 2000, September 2005 map of the Avery salvage yard, or the area. And so down at the bottom, you can see where, we come up, what is that main street that goes that direction? And then he says he turned left onto Avery Road. Now, let me see if I can maneuver this map while we're looking at it. Oh, there we can. Yeah, sure. Okay, so he's coming up this way, right? And then he said he turned left onto Avery Road. Now, I'm guessing because I suck at all this picture stuff, but I believe that the propane filler thingamajiggers are right down here. Are you guys able to see what I'm doing?
Yeah,
Okay.
You're right. That's where they are.
Okay. So he said that oh Lord, Sawinski. Gosh, thank you. He said he turned left, and I wasn't clear. I'm guessing that the Avery salvage sign was over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, good. I'm better than I thought. So that was the Avery salvage sign. So he turned left. Now I wasn't sure where, I don't know, you guys can yell stop if you think I'm getting close, or the little hand is getting close to where you think Sawinski allegedly saw Bobby.
It looked to me like it was about a third of the way down Avery Road, just past the propane filling place.
So past it, going further still past it, or just before it?
Going past it. Toward the salvage yard.
Okay, toward the salvage yard.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe even
he had to go all the way down Avery Road to the mailbox and then turn around.
Right. So I guessed again where I thought the mailboxes were. Does that look about right, Jinx, or sorry, Nosey?
I'm sure I have a picture of where the mailboxes are. Actually, I need to look back through my pictures from last year's rally because we took pictures on property. You could be right. I don't want to say yes or no. I can't remember.
Are they right where the road split there? where you turn right to Steve's or
Are they more right here, you think?
no, over the
Man,
opposite side, right where the road splits. If you take a right to Steve's,
Yeah,
or you
Steve's,
turn a beer,
and then Mom and Pa's place is right here.
I'll ask
yeah.
Lisa. Lisa knows.
I'm looking at your little cursor and I'm not seeing where you're pointing. So
Oh, okay. Well, it's I don't
I
know.
see where you have them marked, but I think they're a
Oh,
little
okay,
bit prior to that, but I'm not positive. I
okay.
think they're right
Well,
in the little
in this little
curve there,
okay, okay,
kind of in the
okay.
corner. But
Okay, and you know what? When I was placing them, that's what I was trying to do was put them there, but it somehow it ended up not there. This is
and it's
actually
not really important. It doesn't
right.
matter
It
that
isn't because
much.
he
Yeah,
went up this way. He dropped off the newspaper and then he turned around and he came back. Right.
Right.
So
exactly.
so I did my little roads and everything in the September 2005 map, but I pulled it up in the 2000 June 2015 map because it's clearer and prettier, brighter. But it's all still the same basically. So then he goes back down this way. Now, how far do you think he went back down, guys? Before, do you think it was all the way at
I
back down
don't. I
to?
think go back towards the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. Yeah, I think it was somewhere right around where he turned around. Like
Okay.
right as he turned around and started to take off, Bobby stunned him. So I think it was right there.
You think,
If
Oh,
that's true and Bobby was pushing the Rav down Avery Road, then yeah, I mean,
okay.
but
you think they
but
would have
here
gotten that far
that's what I
pushing
was
by
just
the
about to
time he
say.
turned around?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard.
Because he
Yeah.
marked it about a third of the way down from the highway.
I didn't see the map. I need to go back and look at the map
Okay.
that Zellner put
Yeah,
up there.
that's where he marked it. It's only about a third of the way down. And is that the first time or the second time? If they were pushing it, they were moving. So
Right. And
you assume that they're
he
closer when he
and so
turns
Bobby's
around.
just coming off of 147 pushing a car.
He said, but they're about a third of the way down Avery Road toward the salvage yard, past
Right.
the propane place. Yeah.
Right. So not knowing, and everybody was really busy today, and so me and my little map quest adventures are not necessarily always what everybody, all normal people have on their mind, trying to help me figure it out. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I don't know exactly. I thought the berm was right up here. I don't know if you guys can see. Again, this is a 2015 map. Would it be easier if I pulled up the old map for you to look at to find
Yeah.
the berm? Okay. So
Be more.
This is December of 2005. So what, just a couple months later.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's
you've got.
just it's just a really unclear photo is all. So we've got Steven's trailer over here. I didn't know, but I thought that the RAV was found down in this corner down over, not corner necessarily, but down in this area at the berm.
Uh, I I thought it was somewhere different.
Okay, because I don't know. I
Which
made
berm
two
are you
routes.
talking about?
You
Huh?
go down because I pulled up a map yesterday. I can't get out of the chat, or unless y'all want me to come right back.
Well, yep.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you, Rhonda. I'll send you the map I have.
Okay, perfect.
One sec.
Okay.
Maybe if I can find.
Got
Here.
lost. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
So to whoever I haven't seen come into chat, sorry, I've been pretending like I know what I'm talking about with my little map. So we have who else has joined us? Let's see. Cherie. Oh, Cherie, you're back on the panel. Good. Nosey's coming back. Sean's here. Hello, Sean. Becca's here. Alice, Colette. Hello, hello. And Kim Hogan, welcome. Thank you for joining, Kim. Ripper's got lots of questions that I'm excited for my panel to get to. So welcome to all of you. So if I switch this back to the prettier map, we just don't get the berm. The berm is gone. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe that one's not, this one's 2011. So that's not quite as bad. Let's see, here's Nosey.
I sent them to you in
Okay,
Discord.
in Discord. Okay, let me grab
Yeah, and
those.
they're just I remember seeing them on Reddit. I don't know whose maps they are. They're just the ones I found when I started searching, so I don't know if you can show them.
I've gotten good at the screen share business, but not
I'm just
that
wondering
great.
if Bobby had to turn on to Avery Road. I mean, so he was just strolling down 147 with the RAV.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Did they drive it in and then and then start pushing it once they got on Avery Road? Who knows?
I don't know.
Can you guys see this map that
That
Nosey's?
circle is where Siebert's house is.
Right.
Okay.
And the car was found where that little tack is. And if you scroll up,
Oh,
you
okay.
can see Steven's property over there, that other
Oh,
yellow
okay.
tack.
So, so I think
You were to the left.
I was over here. I
Yeah.
was over here, and it's actually it's even farther. So the berm is running this direction as opposed.
The berm kind
Uh,
of surrounds the property,
Mm-hmm.
right. Okay.
and it creates the pit, where all the cars are.
Okay. Okay. So that helps me then. So Stephen
And that's a
Pro.
very that's a newer picture because you can tell by like how few cars are on the lot too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and the same with this one that I have. Well, it's not. I'm not sharing it right now, but so
so that
I
far line, the far red line, if you scroll up a little, that's that would be Avery Road continued
okay, okay, gotcha.
coming into the property.
Oh, okay, okay. So this is Avery. Okay, I got it right there, and then
Yeah.
this is the okay. So
Yeah.
this is the offices. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was a little bit off. Um, I was making I think I was going parallel to where Steven's trailer was from my little map. But so great. And then you sent another one, I keep calling you Jinx. I'm so sorry. I don't. I mean, not that that's a
That's
bad thing, but
okay.
I know it's
I'll
like
accept that.
it's
I'm
definitely
I'm no
definitely could be.
jinxie, but
Well, yeah, you're definitely worth your
Rip
weight.
says if you download Google Earth, Pro Earth, you can actually go back to images from the 2000s. I did a time lapse one time and even tried to call Google Earth and basically just begged them to help me find Cuss Road shots, but I had no luck.
That is actually what I was using, Ripper, was Google Earth Pro. And I was kind of switching back and forth. So this is from 2011. I put the routes in there, my routes, because obviously I was wrong at where the car was actually found, but not by far. But
No.
so this was 2011's map, and then this was the September of 2005 map. Just what was it that of the months? Got Avery Road down here, and then the mailbox. And then I just made up my own little mind about what I thought the route could have been when I
Right,
was.
The
Rhonda,
property is
the
hard.
the best way that I've found to do it is look for the pond and then go above the pond to the right and the left of the pond, and that's where the car was.
So it's over here, right?
Go
Yeah.
up.
Uh,
Yeah, go up a
Yeah.
little bit to your left.
oh, over on this way. Got it. Gotcha. Okay.
Because Siebert's is over here in your left corner, somewhere in
Okay.
that pile.
So I am way off. So I need to completely get rid of those guys. They're pointless. Oh, that's okay though. Let me just delete those. And
If you
yeah,
could
and
just, can you just turn your map?
yeah.
Like, if you can turn the map, you can just redraw that line where the green line ends, just draw it straight up and over.
So that is the route then that we think that makes a lot more sense. So he would have maybe gone through something like this, then a lot less problem than what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's the thing. It's like if Bobby's coming up Avery Road, he's literally just gonna push the car all the way up and over into, where it was found. I just can't figure out where the car was being. It had to be at the turnabout or off Cuss Road or somewhere. I mean, people saw the RAV. I think it was like 7 or 9 people said they saw it.
Right.
It's
And I
about
was
many.
thinking that too, and because here's Cuss Road over here. So
Magnolia. Um, J-Jax, I actually asked that question today, and Bobby worked Sunday through Thursday, the third shift. I saw on Reddit today someone had asked, wasn't Bobby verified at work?
I saw that.
But I
But he was
don't.
off. Yeah.
He was, yeah, and so that's why I guess that's a question, is because his work schedule was Sunday through Thursday, third shift, according to J-Jax.
Okay, so I'm gonna, you know what? We could try to. So now that I have a better idea, I'll get Cherie tonight with me. We'll play with Cherie. Are you taking notes on what everyone's saying? We'll get in here and we'll play with the map tonight, and we'll try to make it better than and more accurate for sure. So and there's Jack. So
Uh,
let me start getting to some of these questions because I definitely want to make sure. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. I want to get to questions tonight, and see if we can figure out some of the things that we were all talking about. Here's some more theories. So, and Cherie's back.
um, third shift, for in my experience, is going to be like your 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. That shift, the overnight shift.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10
that's
to
yeah.
6, I think he worked.
And then Ripper, I've actually, we went to Raleigh last year, and there's not like a huge ditch, but there absolutely is a major hill, because that's the hill that Jinxie was rolling her ass down at the rally last year whenever we were taking a picture by the sign. And yeah, I mean, it's not a ditch where you'd like crash your car, but you could definitely be on, sideways if you were to go off Avery Road, at least in my memory, my knowledge. But no, not a ditch. No, I don't recall that.
Yeah, he called it a slight ditch, was it?
Yeah, something to that effect. I still have it. Let's see.
1, 2.
Do you still have it open, Susan?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you refer to it. In the meantime, a couple of other people, Colette, I think I saw Neverly sneak in here too. Hello, Neverly, my love, my West Coast homie. And
Yeah,
Kay,
sorry. He called it a shallow ditch.
shallow ditch.
Yeah, and also to that point, just real quick, there were so many people that came to the Avery salvage yard that day, and cars were lined on the side of Avery Road. So you can, and people also parked where the propane stuff is, because there's like a little bitty, like driveway parking lot thingy. And but I mean, so yeah, it's not like a ditch by any means, because you can park your car on the side of the road.
But a shallow, just like
Yeah.
I imagine just like a kind of an indentation, uh, I don't know. I haven't been there. So
I keep talking and I forget I'm muting myself. Excuse me. Kay wants to know what are some of the suggestions of who the 6 foot tall, long gray beard guy could be. Yes,
There's speculation.
lots of that, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's speculation on who it could be. Bobby made a call to the gun store owner. I mean, I feel kind of funny talking about it because there's a lot of questions regarding this, and I don't want to just like put somebody else's name out there to be dragged through the mud. But then again, it's like, what if it was? So yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard point. I mean,
Yeah.
even talking
Can you
about
hear me?
Bobby. Yeah. Hi, Jack.
Hey, JJ.
Yeah, jump in here.
Well,
Even,
yeah,
I don't know.
if we wanted to be facetious and kind of dicks about it, we could say Ken Kratz because he had a gray beard.
No, that I don't mind doing.
And we can
Yeah.
do that. That's fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, bring it
personally,
on.
you were Nosey, you were talking about the ditch.
Yeah.
We could throw his ass in the ditch, and it would not bother me in the least.
I'm okay with that.
The thing is that there are problems with this witness, obviously, because it's incomplete.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got up to this point, but then we don't have the reference. We don't have the call. It's not in, as far as I know, it's not in anything that we have, and we recorded everything that that Rookie got. It's in our playlist on Foul Play, MTSO, and the queso calls. Without that call or a phone bill that says, "Hey, I called," then it creates this vacuum of a problem of credibility. Because we have $100,000 on the line here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's driving me crazier than I already was. I'll just tell you that.
I agree with that.
Sure.
Yeah, I think we all feel that way.
It's frustrating.
It is the weird things that we know that young teenage boys do. It got a little weirder than expected when we found out what was on that hard drive, Bobby's hard drive. So again, this creates another problem, and it's probably even unfair to Bobby, even Blaine, and even Brendan, to some degree, that saying young boys are going to look at a Hustler or a Penthouse or a Playboy magazine. They're going to do it probably. You asked 100 of them, and pretty much all of them are going to say, "Yeah, pass that over here."
Oh, yeah. Right.
But when you get into some of this death porn that was on the computer, and then it being associated with Bobby specifically, I think that may be a little bit unfair, but not totally. Because I think that KZ's brief, it did prove a point. He was the only one there. Now, of course, we have other instances where people, Barb said she left her door unlocked. Well, okay. I don't know that I believe that. I can't really call her a liar, though, because I don't know for sure.
Well, we know that computer was in Bobby's room, right?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And so is somebody just going to walk in the house and walk in Bobby's room? He's laying there sleeping, and yeah.
I don't think so, but
I don't either.
I don't think so either. So anyway, we've got this whole gigantic scenario of me just sitting here rambling, of pointing the finger, saying this guy's pointing at Bobby and this unknown individual. Fuck, we need more. I'm sorry, we got to have more.
I agree.
So I have a question about that. Is it possible that, well, I hate saying that because everything's always possible. So it's kind of dumb to say, but is it possible that she said, she says in the motion that he came forward, when was it? On the 11th or the 10th or whatever the date, the 11th. Yeah. And she posted it or filed it on the 12th. Mm-hmm. But is it possible that really she's had that information longer than what she's saying?
Yes.
Because there's just no way that KZ would do that.
Why would she be so specific about when he came forward to her? Why would she do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems really careless to me that she would get that one day and then boom, file the motion the next day.
Here's my theory. I think that she discovered it in the calls somewhere, maybe found his number, looking through calls or, something. I don't know. I feel like to me, there's no way that she's going to not fact check
Re-
this.
react that quickly.
Yeah, she reacted so fast. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, okay, well, maybe she didn't fact check it. But if it gets movement on the case, or if by some miracle it works and gets an evidentiary hearing in the circuit court, it'll be a whole lot faster than Court of Appeals. But is it like, I mean, I'm not questioning Casey. I'm really not. I'm just really nosy and have a lot of questions.
I had
I
a
might be
thought.
though.
So
Like I said,
I just can't see her not having a method to her madness when it comes to this. But at the same time, to put Bobby out there like that, I mean,
Yeah.
she has flip flopped on Ryan and Bobby, so it's just like, damn.
Could she have done it to stall the court because she's got something else she's working on?
possible.
Maybe.
She needs the time to do whatever.
Without asking for a specific extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possible.
She's got to have some
She
type of
doesn't
plan.
really care if it's validated. It'll just give her time to do whatever. That's kind of the only thing that makes sense to me, because I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, it makes sense to me too, but at the same time, to be willing to put Bobby out there like that, like that's a big.
She's already put Bobby out.
Oh, I know, but all over again, like with new quote unquote evidence or eyewitness statements, it's just a big risk, I think.
But she may have a lot more on Bobby than we know.
Yeah.
And she seems convinced.
Yeah.
That Bobby is the killer.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think for a minute that she's going to put something out there like that without having something to back it up.
I agree.
mean, just because it's no in this motion doesn't mean to say she's no go it. This could be the kicker that she needs for the evidentiary hearing, that she's probably hoping that this is going to get her as an evidentiary hearing, and then she's going to slap that evidence down and say, fuck you, state, this is what I've found and this is what I've got, and hopefully that'll get the boys out.
But this is all the court is going to see. The judges are going to see. They're not going to see her other evidence. They're going to read this and decide whether or not to remand it. So I can't see them just deciding on this affidavit that it's enough. I don't know.
Kay has another question. She says, didn't Bobby lie about the computer being in his room?
He sure did. And he lied again in 2017. He said, my room was too small.
Yes, he did.
It was in the living room. And
but yet there's a video took by one of the officers of Bobby's room, and it was in his room.
It's in his room. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Bobby lied about a lot of things.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Bobby had a few fibs going on for sure. No doubt. No doubt. So Bethany says, what if he accidentally shot her while hunting and freaked out? Then everything got out of hand. None of us know. And you're absolutely right, Bethany. None of us know. And so I know.
I have actually wondered that before. I have wondered that before. If him and Scott, when I first came into the community, I was going through all the theories in the whole wide world. I even thought that maybe he freaked out or Ryan freaked out and left her body out there off Cuss Road, and that's why everybody was out there, because like animals, it's awful. I could go into detail, but I won't. I'm just saying, I think anything is possible. I really do. Like, I don't think Bobby has any motive to just randomly kill one time and never do it again. And why her? And Ryan's motive to me is obviously way more than Bobby. Yeah, so I've thought that too for sure.
And where did it come from that Bobby used to call Teresa Steve's girlfriend?
It was a teasing thing around the yard. She would come out to take photos from.
Right.
They would tease Steve about it because she would come out to take. What?
Did that come from phone calls, Jack?
No, no, I don't think so. I think that that they'd have a car or he'd have a car, or maybe even somebody else on the yard would have a car ready to get ready for sale. Because I'm pretty sure that I can't remember if it was I think it was Yonda, Barb's previous husband. Tom, was his name Tom? I want to say that
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Tom Yonda. I'm pretty sure he used Auto Trader several times, and
I'm
because
just
they had
thinking. I'm thinking Steve talked about this on one of his jail calls,
oh, that's possible. Yeah,
and
yeah. I
that's
think you
where.
actually, I think you probably are correct where that originated.
Yeah. So Bobby knew who she was. He claimed he'd never seen her before, didn't know who she was.
I think they all did that were
Well,
around the yard.
Ripper's saying she got the tip before, FYI, fact checked it, then got the affidavit on the 11th, is what I heard.
Makes sense.
The affidavit is dated the 10th,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah, that makes sense that she would get the information and do due diligence, and then have him write the affidavit, and basically it's a sworn legal document.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was all ready to go. She just had to do all the fact checking, and then she could call him in and say, "Okay, let's go. Let's get this done."
That's what
Don't
he
know
heard,
before I
though.
forget to think about it now. And you guys were talking about the computer being in Bobby's room, and the Yonda household. Don't forget, the garage floor there had blood all over it. Now, I know there was a deer in there. It should have been checked.
Right.
And they didn't.
Why does Kathleen say on April 11th, 2021, a new witness came forward to Mr. Avery's current post-conviction counsel and attested to the following?
So, Cherie, I'm not sure if this is somebody's question in the chat, but it's the question is, could law enforcement have found her on the 11/3 murdered? Then Andy called in the plates that night. Ryan gets his hands on the planner at some point. Then law enforcement talks Bobby into planning the RAV for them. See, I believe that's perfectly logical.
And also remember, they didn't find any paperwork in the RAV, which is weird. There should have been registration, maybe even an insurance card. People generally have different things in their glove box or their console. They didn't find any. I mean, as far as we know, they didn't find any of that crap.
And the battery?
Trader booklets.
The battery was disconnected. It just, I don't know. The whole thing is just.
It's just opened up a whole can of worms again. It really has.
She needs the RAV.
She does, and I don't believe the RAV is in existence anymore. You know what, Ronald D. Cass? I believe if she's so convinced as she appears to be that Bobby planted the RAV, I just can't. I refuse to believe that she would do anything this drastic without proof to back it up. Maybe before, when she started pointing the finger at Bobby, maybe, but and then the flip-flopping back and forth with Ryan. But I just believe that that's just my opinion, that she's got something this time. I think she wouldn't go to this extent without some hard proof.
I'm sure
I agree on that. I definitely agree.
The supplements that she added after her PCR was turned down in the fall of November 2017, and then she really began pointing the fingers at Bobby and Scott, and even Ryan was in there. These were all Denny.
Exactly.
Denny
all right.
That's what that was all about. The show that law enforcement did not do their fucking job. They didn't do it. So.
And that could have been just the beginning of like putting it in the putting a taste in their mouth, that everybody's mouth. Law enforcement didn't do their job. Look at all these Denny suspects that we could have, but now to come at it this hard, she's got to have something. And if you think back, I don't know who all in the chat watched the Justice Natters episode that she did.
Mm-hmm.
But the way she chose the things that she said, and as careful as she was about the things that she said, I just believe that she's got more. But you know what? It's not for us to know yet. We can't know it yet because she can't show her hand. What kind of poker player would she be? So,
She
I
has said definitely that Bobby contacted Teresa back from that phone call that
She did.
morning.
Well, she said that there was contact, but not necessarily telephonic. She said that on
Yes.
Twitter.
Yes. And I just read that again, that where she had stated that
Yep.
Bobby did contact Teresa back that morning.
Yeah.
Which Bobby, has not said that.
Oh, no.
So Jane, and welcome Jane, by the way. She says she
Jane.
doesn't have to. She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to include everything in this first filing, does she? But I just would have thought she would put some co. Oh my God!
A Wama waiting.
One waiting everything. Hunting wabbits, everyone. Be
Oh my
very, very
God!
quiet.
Thanks for using that word, Jane. Somebody else want to finish? That she
If
would
she,
have put some corroborated evidence, knowing.
Suck at this.
Suck at this will deny, yeah. I.e., Sukawichawa or Judge
Yeah,
Flowers, or I
suck my
just,
back.
yeah, Judge sucks at this,
It
whatever you
was
want to call it.
interesting. I heard Tracy last night call her Sakuvich.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's probably the right
That's
pronunciation.
interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that before.
Zakuvich?
Sakuvich, yeah. Or
Is that,
Sakavich or whatever.
Is that what nationality is that? Is that Polish or is that Russian?
Polish,
or?
I think, isn't it?
I guess it
No
is.
idea.
I think it's Polish. I don't know. I suck at the
Mm.
whole screen changing thing. So Kay wants to know, when did law enforcement find the death porn on the computer?
That was found. They got a warrant, a search warrant.
Really? Yeah.
Well, Candy Avery had called Fassbender and was talking about these alleged messages between Marie, Kayla, and Brendan, allegedly. I don't believe her, but anyway, moving forward, she contacted Fassbender sometime there, and I guess it was in February, probably February, maybe even. And anyway, these messages happened before Brendan was arrested on March 1st. But what they did, I don't know why they waited so long, but nonetheless they did, and they served a search warrant on April 26th. No. Yeah, I think it was April 26th, 2006. They took the computer, handed it off to Veli, the computer specialist, their forensic specialist, and he did his whatever. He goes to the hard drive and went through it, and then he created these ghost disks that would eventually found their way to the defense, but they were encrypted, of course. But he also created just a regular PDF type disk that was a final report that the defense did not get. And KZ didn't get it until May of 2018.
And did he not finish that in May of 2006? He
finished it. He did finish it May 10th. May 11th, 2006 was just, whatever day.
So that's when the prosecution got it.
That's right.
When the state got it. Yeah.
That's right. Fassbender was given that thing back. He got the disc, and I'm sure he shared it with Kratz and the rest of. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're here, you're here, by the way. You got that disc on May the 11th.
I sure did.
So then Brendan's, he's trying to get his prior statements thrown out. That hearing was on May 12th. Of course, Judge Fox says, no, it doesn't matter what. Those statements stand. And then that's when O'Kelly and Kaczynski had already formed a plan to go after Brendan on that day, and they did. And then May 13th, of course, they arranged for that meeting between to let him be coerced again without his
Kelly.
lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah.
I've never heard of such shit in my life. That was all done by Kaczynski and O'Kelly, Fassbender, Wiegert, and Kratz approved it. Said, okay, yep, that's fine.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a good plan, they said. Magnolia Studio Design says, do you think that when KZ started this case, she thought all our outcry of law enforcement dirty work was overkill, and now she has her ducks in a row and is overwhelmed by it all and just keeps jabbing at them?
Possibly.
Anything's possible, Magnolia. I mean, seriously.
I mean, just from what we know and what they continue to deny to release to the public, if their case is so solid, why are you holding it? The judge unsealed everything. Why? How do you continue to hold evidence and say it's sealed? You put that big word on front of it and say, "Oh, it's been sealed." That's not true. It's sealed with evidence tape. Cut the tape, make a copy, put it back, reseal it, and date it. Made copy for FOIA request. Made copy. Be done with it.
Not sealed by the court.
No.
Right.
Nope.
Big difference, right?
Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Those of us who are, up to our earlobes in Daniel's case know for a fact there's a big difference between sealing something with evidence tape and calling it sealed and having sealed hearings, So, there's a big difference.
Ex parte hearings and the defense can't come. What a
Yep, lots of ex parte. I've always known ex parte, and I've known what it meant just from my one course in my criminal justice courses. But wow, I never knew to the extent what it meant as until I got involved in Daniel's case. So
you,
So
comment from Ronald. The comment from Ronald that Bobby is a credible Denny suspect, and unfortunately he is, and we can't help that. I wish we could, but we have to follow what's put in front of us. I don't care where it goes.
None of us like to, and I'm the same as many other YouTubers, especially in the foul play group. We don't. The family's been through enough, and the last thing we want to do is drag any more of their names through whatever mud is left. But like Jack just said, we have to follow the evidence that we have, and if we don't,
we're hypocrites.
Right? Exactly. And so, we just it's unfortunate. And while I'm at it, let me just say, it's a double-edged sword, because the first thought is poor Brendan. If this turns out to be the absolute truth, poor Brendan, because that's a 15 years of betrayal now that he's had to live through.
And Stephen,
of course, absolutely, both of them.
Yeah,
and it's a level of betrayal that once they leave, are released and they sent home, and all the joy and all the I have chills right now, and all the happiness that will come from that release is going to be brought down eventually with the betrayal that the family's going to have to deal with, and it's just really heartbreaking. So yes, it is very, very heartbreaking if this does turn out to be the case, but at the same time, our ultimate goal from day one has been get these guys out of prison. And if that's where the truth leads, then that's unfortunate. But, the betrayal they can deal with in counseling and whatever they need to do as families. But their freedom is the utmost important thing for us to be, continuing to work for. And so.
But we also have to remember that all these Denny's, all these, the speculation, they're all innocent until proven guilty.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Bethany says, thank you guys, by the way, for all of your questions and comments. This is what I love, so I really appreciate you guys jumping in. Bethany says, I think she didn't put out exact evidence for fear it may end up destroyed like other evidence has. And you know what? High five, because you know what? We have to consider that too.
We do.
She's given them enough to know what they would need to destroy.
Yeah, exactly. But if she's got the evidence, it's no, they can destroy it all they want at that point. If she's got the evidence, destroy away.
Right. Yeah. I thought maybe the guy brought his own phone records and showed where he called, which doesn't prove anything, but
Well, would have been nice though. Would have been nice. Uh, so Kay
maybe he
says
recorded the call.
Stephen hasn't been caught in any lies. Can these Denny suspects say the same? Good point, Kay.
Yeah.
Excellent point. Yeah. And Ronald, like he was contacted with this information on the 11th and immediately filed it to prevent what? I'm so sorry, I missed. Oh, to prevent, sorry, I'm so sorry. To prevent the state to say she had information but filed too late. Oh, okay. All right, Ron.
Yeah.
I remember that.
You do have to, it's a timely thing when you get
Yes.
new evidence.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is in Wisconsin,
include
but a lot of states are a year. And when you find out the information, you have to file it within a year. I'm not sure what it is in Wisconsin.
It's probably a week.
24
hours.
You have 48 hours. Get to
it. And Magnolia is absolutely right. Denny suspect doesn't necessarily mean he's guilty. It's just that KZ is required to follow Denny's. And that is part of the job of post-conviction, is finding, especially where the defense was forbidden to do that during the trial, which is quandary to me. My brain just can't wrap around that kind of fucking nonsense, but whatever.
No.
But that just has to be, that's all they have to do. And that's all that,
However,
Dean and Jerry. God, I shouldn't be allowed to talk.
She has stated unequivocally that Bobby is the killer.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, she's been pretty straightforward about it. She's definitely got her mind to that point. And even now, and I have a really hard time shaking it, as everyone knows. I've always leaned toward Ryan, and
me too.
I do that because, again, I'm not going to go into all the fabrications and so forth, but he lied so many times from the beginning. There's so many unexplained things that we just he was immediately accepted as a untrained law enforcement officer. You call him there, Ken.
Yeah,
I have a real problem with it. I just have problems with it all the way through, because you're only lying to protect yourself or someone else.
Like law enforcement.
Yep. Especially law enforcement.
That's been my top pick from day one.
Mine too.
It all stems from law enforcement.
Maybe he had his own legal issues, right?
And whether Bobby was with law enforcement, I think if Bobby is the killer, he was working with law enforcement to pull this off. But
absolutely.
Just my.
Which is why we need. Go ahead, Alice.
You've got to remember as well, though, if you remember in Mam 1, in one of the episodes, it's showing you, I don't know if it's the reporter's camera or what, but they're facing into the court, and you can see Bobby and Aspender and Liger standing in the corridor, and Bobby's all pally and everything like that with him. If that was my wee brother that they were trying to accuse him, what they were accusing him, there's no way I'd be standing talking pally with the police that are trying to put him away.
We don't know what they were talking about. They're just standing there talking. So, right. I mean, we don't know that they were pally really. They're just standing there talking.
Yeah, the circumstances
Bobby was subpoenaed to be there. So, I don't know.
It did look rather comfortable, though.
It did. Yeah. It looked suspicious, but it may not have been,
Yeah.
I think it's suspicious that Bobby was the state star witness and he didn't have his own representation.
Yes. Good, great point,
Well, that's
Nosey.
a great point.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah. Another question. Do you think KZ has calls that we haven't been able to get, such as the call by this witness to Manitowoc Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
Very possible.
I think so. I would agree. Yeah,
It's
that's kind of,
but if that call originated after the 9th and up to the 12th, and they removed it from a FOIA request, I have a real problem with that too. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah.
You make a FOIA request, you include what's there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for the beginning, I thought it was Ryan, just like a lot of other people. I mean, the lies that he tell, the dropped phone calls, the scratches on the back of the hand, no getting fingerprints taken when they took bloody man Pa Avery's. You know, I suppose she's having to put these names out there. You know what I mean? And it could be like I've said before, and you've heard me saying it before. Maybe she's sticking for some reason, which I don't know, is that she's sticking with the names that's already out there as the Denny suspects to maybe try and put the shutters up them. You know what I mean? And say, look, because people have declined, people haven't came forward. You know what I mean? So she's got to keep things hidden as well. She's not going to turn around and say, aye, it was Jock Jim down the road. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, yeah, it's a hard one. I mean, really, all this motion's done is just give us more questions because the majority of the people don't think it's a family member.
Right. Kim Hogan is asking, do you think, will Bobby be pulled in for questioning? That he can be subpoenaed if there's if Stephen is
for an
granted
evidentiary hearing.
an evidentiary hearing or new trial, he can be subpoenaed and required to give a deposition. But at this point, he is not bound by law to answer any questions at this point.
But we might have a case 3.0. They might go back and talk to him.
Yeah, maybe. We could, hey, why not? Why not?
He
Why
can plead
the hell not?
He can plead the fifth.
But yeah,
Yeah.
But KZ can't compel him at this point. She can't compel him to answer any questions.
No.
Magnolia says this can also be her tactic when she finally gets the opportunity for evidentiary or retrial. She will pounce on prosecution and they won't see it coming. I agree, but I disagree with just one part. They won't see it coming. They see it coming. They see it, and that's my opinion. They see it coming, and they're all shitting their pants because they don't know how they're going to recover from this. That's my opinion. Anyone else want to give me a thumbs up on that or no?
I'm sorry, I was reading chat, Ron.
Oh, okay.
That's what you said.
I was just going back to what Kim had said about that the prosecution wouldn't see it coming when she's ready to pounce, but I disagree. I think they would. I think they do see it coming, and I think they're really, really nervous right now.
Yeah. Especially if she has the call.
Yes, especially if she has the calls. Yes.
And we'll know
yes, Kim,
whether
I
she
did
has
see
it.
that. The many times I've watched Ma'am, I have 6, 7, maybe 8 by now. I did catch Kratz running his finger across his lip, saying like, "Zip it," kind of little thing. So yeah, I think there were lots of signals that we didn't see or we didn't necessarily recognize as signals. But the more we learn about the case, I think the more we see those little signals coming across the table.
Yeah.
I get a big kick out of watching Sherry Culhane, although we don't see the prosecution's table. her eyeballs had to be like popping out of her head because she's constantly flitting over. Her eyes are looking over at the prosecution table and
Yeah.
the defense, like, God, what am I supposed to say here? What do I say? What do I say? Somebody tell
Yeah,
me.
she probably knows that Fallon's got a 38 under the damn desk pointed at her. Go too far, pull the trigger on you.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's
exactly.
it as well. I mean, we don't know what type of threats or pressure or anything like that they put the family under. You know what I mean? Did somebody have a DUI? Did somebody have I don't know, a thing for marijuana? Did they fucking, and it was, I mean, we've heard ourselves that some people have heard or seen or through the grapevine that they were saying it's you or the land, or it's you or your ma, or it's you or your brother. You know what I mean? We don't know what kind of pressures that they've put under it. And if they've said something along the lines to Bobby is well, it's either you or it's your mum. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? What's he going to do?
yeah. Um, TTM Fangirl. Hey, TTM Fangirl. Nice to have you with us. She says Fox News posted the update. If I were him, I would lawyer up and prepare a statement. Yeah, there might be a lot of lawyering up going on pretty quick. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It is a great chat. Thank you, and I owe it to my panel and to all of you guys in chat. So thank you. And
Yes.
guess who is in the house? Boom. Has anyone started a GoFundMe for getting Bobby some T-shirts? Yeah. Oh yeah. We cannot have
All
quite as
right,
much
you guys.
fun.
I gotta hop off here. I'm gonna go check out
Okay.
Piper, and then I gotta get my butt back to
Oh,
schoolwork.
okay. I didn't
Okay,
know he was
Nosey.
on. I'm so sorry. Tell him
No,
I'm
it's okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
No, it's okay. I just got a ton of schoolwork to do.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for joining us and helping out, Nosy. I appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you for
Uh,
having me.
oh, of course.
Bye,
Um,
Nosey.
Yes, ma'am.
I said bye.
Oh, bye. I thought you said, "Hey, nosy." I was like, "Yes, ma'am."
You,
All
you be
right.
good. You be good. Nosy, you be good and behave yourself now.
Of course. Of course. Bye.
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 Oh, so Cherie, for those of you who have been, oh, by the way, T1, no, Bobby can get his own damn T-shirts, as far as I'm concerned. But Cherie made, I see, it's always the quiet ones. Cherie says that 38 under the desk sounds like Bob Macy. So any of you that have been following our Daniel, our book cast on Thursday nights, that's funny. That's some funny shit right there. For real.
That is funny.
Cherie, shame on you. You should have got up there and said it yourself, girl. That was good. Cherie said that. Oh, girl, here we go. Let's see. What does Neverly, my West Coast homie, Pratt's new band name, Constricting Finger. Oh, you guys are bringing the funny. Yay. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, that's well, what was the name of his band? Can, I can't
Alibi.
think of it right.
Alibi.
Huh?
Alibi.
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 I like Constricting Sphincter. It might be all buttoned up by now. You never know. He could just be running really scared. Yeah, so yeah, the hand signals were very obvious, especially like I said, the more we got to the meat, got to know more about the case. And Kay says all of these cases are the same. Law enforcement uses all kinds of coercion to get what they need. Absolutely right. We all agree on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody here that would disagree with that. Thank you, Magnolia, for stopping in and for participating in the chat. I really appreciate it. It's great having you here. So yeah, and we, it's not just Stephen, Brendan, Daniel. It's Pervious Payne. I don't know how much you guys know about his case, but he's about to be set for execution, and this man is not guilty. And it just is heartbreaking. Richard Goslip in Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got a lot of cases. And probably not any more than any other state, but because I'm so focused on Daniel's case, I really, I pay attention to things that are going on more so in Oklahoma. But I'm just gonna make sure I'm getting some of these good comments in here. Pratt's new band, Toe Jam, yeah. God, that's cool. Sphincters and Toe Jam, I'm through. But
You?
But yeah, it is. They're just the case. It's all over the country, but it just does seem like there are some states or counties or cities who have bigger problems than than the average counties out there. So I become very jaded and cynical. So I'm having a hard time finding good things anymore. So,
I'm
before,
having a hard
before,
time fitting this scenario into this whole thing, pushing the RAV down Avery Road.
before I forget to say it, and we get too far down the road here, remember, we still can't get the November 9th audio interview between Bobby and the state agents and whoever at the Aurora Medical Center. They will not release it. And I have to question why.
No doubt. No,
Well,
What
we should
happened?
always
What happened?
question why.
What was said?
Yeah.
That, they made it just simply, like we said before. They could have said, "Hey, you were there too when Teresa suddenly vanished, so it's either you or it's him. Make
Right.
your choice."
Mm-hmm.
And was it no, which when somebody was trying to fire I think it was the dispatch calls, they had said that there was no calls on the 3rd or the 4th.
November
Fourth.
4th, 2005, Manitowoc has no dispatch calls concerning.
No chance. No
I
chance.
agree.
They would have been all over that property. They would have been interviewing them left, right, and centre.
It's all over the news.
Yeah.
People were calling in. You know it.
Yeah. So I mean, if their case is that tight, why hide anything? Why do if it's not being sealed by a court and it is there and it's available in a Freedom of Information Act, but yet they're saying that it's no there or it's sealed, what are they trying to hide?
Yeah, exactly. Kim, and I agree 100%. Well, first, TTM Fangirl said this update is a lot to absorb. It is. I think all of our minds are still blown, and probably will be until we get to the meat of it. Kim says it's the wait now to see how this plays out with Zellner. The wait is going to be agony, and it is going to be agony, double time, because we've been sitting kind of lulled, just like blah, just kind of
I've been expecting them to come back and give her an evidentiary hearing.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
what I've been expecting.
We're still waiting on that, and got nothing, and then boom, this just all of a sudden is just really overwhelming, and it is going to be agony because this is a big bomb to drop, and then to have to wait for how much longer, it's going to be really tough. So we get frustrated when she drops little nuggets and then just kind of peters out on them, and it's really nothing big. But this one turned out to be big. So, we do. I'm good with riddles. Drop some riddles, whatever, to keep us going. But she did say in a follow-up tweet, I believe yesterday or the day before, that there was going to be more tips coming about the other person, this older, long bearded, gray bearded guy. So we'll see. It's just it's the waiting. No matter how old you are, we're like little kids waiting for Christmas sometimes with this case. So, you know, we'll just stay the course and have to try. You know, the good thing is that it now is giving us more things to work with and to focus on and to think about and to start theorizing about and obsessing about. And like Neverly likes to say all the time, you know, thank God none of us are addicted, because otherwise we wouldn't get anything else done.
Likely
You
do.
know, just think about, you know, we've got this this affidavit, but think about the other side of what we found out 5 weeks ago. This email, Casey's looking for this is of course 2019. She's wanting the unedited flower footage, and Fallon's like, "Oh, you've got what I've got." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Immediately turns around within 30 or 40 minutes, emails everybody else in the case. She's pissing me off.
Yeah.
What
We
about
better
this?
find that. Yeah.
What
We
about
better
this
find that.
well, what about this undisclosed 8mm tape that you know you guys have gotten? Blah blah blah. That has not been recorded anywhere. And then, you know, there was the secret recording of Barb and Scott. What else is hidden from us that
No shit.
we can't? We don't even know what to ask for because we don't know they've got it because they
Yeah.
didn't record it anywhere.
This is 2021.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So it makes me also question what else they have maybe about this scenario that we have no idea. None.
I guess it's knowing also, you know, the fact that those things came out. Was it Rookie that FOIA'd those?
Yep.
Knowing what to FOIA, huh?
I really don't know how he got that.
Yeah.
Even an inkling that it existed. It's kind of like the video that Kratz released. How did he know to FOIA it if no one knew about the cameras?
Yeah.
Right.
It
All
almost
right.
sounds like it sounds like secret police to me, but I'll shut up now.
Neverly, are you drunk? Oh, I'm kidding. That
I was
last
gonna-
message, she
If anyone
retracted
can,
it.
if anyone wants to try to help me decipher that, or we'll just leave it as is. That's fine too. Beverly, are you drunk? That was funny. That was good, Susan.
There it is.
Kim,
so
anything's a possibility. Kim's saying, would or could they not destroy anything that they have that could be damaging to them? Anything's possible with Manitowoc, as far as I'm concerned, and that's just my opinion. Anything's possible with them. Look what they've kept back. Look what they've not released. Look at the amount of lies that we found out during the whole case. It's possible.
Cherie has a comment. Cherie?
No texting
Hello?
and driving.
She's not going to answer me. She's going to pretend like I'm not. Oh, she's driving. Okay.
Neverly.
No, I just said that maybe Neverly's comment was Serbian.
Oh, I thought that myself.
Serbian, so it could be.
Well, she's texting and driving, which is a big no-no now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's hard to do.
yeah, it's dangerous also.
Yeah,
So stop doing that. We will talk and you just listen, Neverly.
don't answer us back.
Yeah.
Right.
Just agree. Just nod your head and agree with everything we say.
We'll just make you giggle, but don't you just pay attention to the road. But you know, you're talking about all these things disappearing, evidence and so forth. And then what did they do? What did you know, they come back and say, and after the bone gate was, you know, found out, and they said, oh, it was inexplicable. Is that a new legal term that we're going to talk about now? Inexplicable?
Unreal.
I know.
Unreal. They use that word.
Yeah.
I'll never live it down.
Yep.
Which basically means it can't be explained.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We were we were sleepwalking, and we found ourselves over at the evidence room, and I don't know what we were thinking, but we just got this stuff out and gave it away. It was
Inexplicable.
it's so dumb. It's so bad. It's just I don't like calling it dumb, but to come up with an
Jesus.
excuse like that is really dumb in my opinion. I just
No doubt.
It absolutely is. I oh, Serene, you get on here and say your own things. I am not saying anything.
I
It's
just
good.
said, didn't they, the Oklahoma Court of Criminal Appeals call the secret hearings inexplicable too? It seems like I saw that word somewhere in
Jesus.
Daniel's case.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the common things to say, right? When it's easier than, well, it's not quite a lie, but it's also not the truth at all.
Well, inexplicable things shouldn't be allowed to happen
No.
in the
Right.
government criminal
Everything
justice
needs to
system.
be explained. Yeah.
well, if they can't explain it, then there needs to be repercussions, serious ones.
Right. Yeah.
In fact, we're just going to take your bar card, and we're going to cut your pension in half. Bye. You only have to do
I
that a
think
couple. You only do that a couple times, and you're done.
Yeah, no, I think they should, if they've done misconduct or anything like that, they should get sacked, no resign, because when they resign, they get to keep their benefits and their pensions and all the fucking rest of it. They should be sacked, they should be stripped of any honours or anything like that they've had, and they should be stripped of their pensions.
I agree.
It's just too easy for them to come out with stupid words like inexplicable. You know what I mean? And get away with it.
It's me muted again. Yeah, and they do. They just they do it, they get away with it, and they'll keep doing it, and they'll keep getting away with it until there's major reform. So it's, we're talking about the no pension thing. I was listening to the Chauvin trial today, as I do every day, and excuse me, they said they were talking, well, during the lunch break or whatever, they were doing a news report from whatever it is in Minnesota, where the young man was shot and killed by a cop
Yeah.
a few days ago, and they were talking about they were doing this news report thing, and I can't remember who the guy was, but he was, letting the city know, or the citizens know, that the officer had resigned, and probably one of the reporters asked the question, well, she's resigned, does that mean she gets to keep her pension? And he just was like looking around like, and I think his response was, I don't know, I'll find out for you. But the news, the people that were reporting the news were saying that because, and we were talking about this in the Henderson case, disgraced former Judge Henderson, there is, because she resigned, she will get to keep her pension, but it remains to be seen, what further actions are taken, by the department and, the new police chief and whatever. But, that was the same question that we asked about Henderson, does he lose his pension? And because he resigned, I think we kind of walked away from that conversation, having agreed that, yeah, because he resigned, he gets to keep his damn pension. So, unless they get fired or removed or something to that effect, they keep their benefits, and it's dirty, and it's
wrong.
Wrong. Yes, it's wrong.
Hmm.
Let's see. here. Shaz, welcome, Shaz. Thank you for coming. She says all the perjury, so much in, I don't know what that is.
Trial. I think she meant trial.
It's really worse now. Agree. All pensions gone. Yeah, it does seem to be getting worse. Or is it really not any worse, but we just recognize it more? We see it
It's
more.
more reported. It's more reported.
It's more reported now. Yeah.
Yep.
It's more in the, we see it more than we used to. But I do believe there is a level of acceleration that it's gotten worse. And it doesn't seem to be a lot of people, there don't seem to be a lot of people. I lost my train of thought. So next, somebody else say something. Sorry, I'm sinking.
That's your role, Jack.
As long as we're not co-wobble, as long as we don't have to co-wobble weight that, that's fine. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people do not know that story, but it's probably the wrong time to tell it. We'll save that one for another day.
Just do it. Just get it out. I don't even care.
I will. While I'm thinking about it, we should throw out that Foul Play will be releasing Brendan's pretrial hearings. Some of them are very short. This is new stuff that we got. We did record them. The actual documents will be available too. It's coming this week, so watch for that. And now be forewarned though, while some of these are very short, there's one that's over 5 hours long, and we can't help that. The voir dire day one. That's correct, Susan.
Mm-hmm.
We
recorded all of the voir dire, not just the ones that ended up on the jury. We recorded everybody they talked to.
I think that it probably goes a lot of voir dire goes this way for a lot of trials, but I thought it was really interesting. Listening to some of these replies, these questions and replies, I just, based on what we heard and what we read, I'm really surprised that they found Brendan guilty.
Oh yeah. So, oh God. Yeah, you guys are just. I mean, I think some jaws are gonna. Y'all just need to be ready for some jaws to hit the floor. Because
yeah.
I was reading one of my parts, and I was like, I couldn't even hardly get through my part because I was wanting to say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" So bad I couldn't stand it. It was just, it's outrageous.
Actually, a couple of times we had to redo it because you did do that.
I did do that several times. I did.
Don't apologize because we were thinking it too.
Yeah. That's the difference between all of you guys and me. You guys all think it. I tend to say, I should just be sitting next to Alice most of the time. The only reason that I hold back as much as I do when I'm doing a podcast or live or whatever we call it for Daniel, and not that I don't respect Stephen and Brendan and their families and whatever. I out of respect for Daniel's mom and his dad and his family, I try to watch my language because I've been told that they watch the lives, and so I don't want them hearing my foul mouth. But
it's a human reaction, I guess, because we're a little less constrained and not too worried because we tend to say what we feel, and I think we have to do that as long as we're somewhat respectful in some of these arenas, because it is hurtful to some people, and I get that, and I know everybody here gets that too. But I did find surprising in going through these pretrial hearings about Edelston. I mean, he still did things that I know he shouldn't have done in his closing. However, I was really impressed with the arguments that he put up about the May 13th recording of Brendan and how he fought so hard to get it excluded. He really went to bat for Brendan. And I thought, well, this guy's not the son of a bitch that I thought he was.
Now, which one did that?
Edelston.
Oh, good. Well, I haven't got to him yet. So far I am not a happy camper.
You read him.
Edelston?
Yeah.
When?
during the
In the
pretrial
voir
hearing.
dire? Oh, in
Yeah,
the pretrial.
yeah,
Did I?
yeah.
I don't know. Well, that was it. Those were, okay, next.
Yeah.
We've done
Shut
that
up,
many.
shut up, Jack. Shut the hell up. I
Where's
got
my
it.
damn turtle lips meme at?
Yeah, I was fouling. I admit it, son of a bitch.
Listen to the YouTube, Rhonda. It's
I
coming
guess.
out soon.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to it. You know, I know there were some days that it was dark in my room. That's all I can say. So, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. I am very passionate, and I'm not really very shy about holding back most of the time. It's a real effort when I do. So I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Yeah, well, shut up, Alice. We know it's for you. You know that, Jack.
You tosser.
You know,
You tosser.
you
I do. I really do try my best not to. But when you're reading it and everything like that, it's hard. I mean, I've been like you, Rhonda, but you just bet me to it. I was muted. And when you came out with, are you fucking kidding me? I was screaming it as well. I was like, yes, yes,
we are soul sisters, Alice. Soul
we are.
Another thing that really surprised me, then what Judge Fox did when he was reading these various questions to these potential jurors, and it concerned the sexual assault, and he really focused on that. And I'm thinking to myself, the first time when we were reading it, I'm thinking, why are you saying that? Because these are words and words alone. There's absolutely not one iota of physical evidence on Brendan.
Right.
None at all.
But he was accused of it because of his confession.
That's right. I get it.
Yeah.
It's just when we know what we know, it makes it really, really difficult to swallow it all. It really does.
Yeah, I agree.
And you've got a panel. Well, even though one is silent most of the time, she's just as bad. But you've got a panel of people here who are so easily. Well, Susan's really pretty good about reeling us back in, but you've got several of us on the panel who get sidetracked so easily, and so just wanted to. Not that this isn't a great conversation, because thank you, Jack, for sharing that. When are those going to start dropping? Did you say the pretrial?
Maybe as early as tomorrow.
Okay.
I think tomorrow.
Okay.
Zoe didn't say. I know they're uploaded, but she
Right.
hasn't got. I don't think she's got them arranged exactly how she wants them. So, but I'm guessing tomorrow they will begin.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the pretrial, like Jack and Susan are mentioning, that will start sometime, I would imagine, this week. And so you definitely want to listen to it, because it's just like reading the trial, Stephen's trial. It's very interesting what you're going to learn, and you're going to get angry, and you're going to probably just get angry and stay that way for a while. But that is just us moving forward to getting to the point where we can start recording Stephen's trial, or Brendan's trial. If you've signed up for any of those reading parts in Brendan's trial, please check that, because I think very soon Zoe wants to start recording the trial as well.
Probably as early as tomorrow. I'm guessing.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Could be tomorrow.
She put that note in the case room there, and I'm back at it. We do need to get it done so we can move on to some of the post-trial stuff. So
you want to move on? Yeah, exactly. So check that if you have signed up for anything in Brendan's trial. Check the links, and if your link is broken, that's very possible. So check with Zoe if your link is broken and you can't access what you signed before, and she'll make sure you get it all, the current stuff. So there's that's coming up. What is today? Tuesday, Thursday, we'll be doing Daniel's bookcast. Kay, bless her heart, hasn't been able to really gets to do her calls with Daniel, but the calls aren't staying connected long enough to where they can really get into the conversation about the book, because they've got other things that they're also trying to discuss and talk about. So I don't know if we'll have any comments from Daniel on chapter 8. But if you guys have been around the book cast at all, y'all know chapter 8 is my chapter. So if you haven't listened to that yet, please go ahead. I can't get any copyrights for my own stuff, can I? Go ahead and listen to chapter 8. It is uploaded in Daniel's Truth. But having said that, and since we did manage to stray off course a little bit, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. And unless we have any more comments or questions about the motion, KZ's motion, from the chat or anything else from the panel, I think we'll go ahead and end this one for now. And as always, I want to thank everybody for being here. We had a really good crowd tonight. And so that's really awesome. Please remember to help us out and subscribe if you haven't already, like, share, and talk about Daniel's case, talk about this big bombshell we got yesterday, and, make people aware that there is a place they can come to, a YouTube channel they can listen to that will give them lots of great information about Daniel's case. And, hopefully as the days go on now, more about disgraced former Judge Timothy Henderson as well. Until then, again, thank everybody in chat for participating. Your questions and comments were fabulous. And until Thursday, we'll see you later. Peace out.